love your vintage and classic cars, then the place to have been was the Cartier Travel and Style Concours d'Elegance, a collection of the best classic and vintage cars. The event was held at Delhi's Polo Grounds and, as the name suggests, sponsored by the famous watch and jewelry maker Cartier. And this is an event held every 2 years in India and alternates between the cities of Mumbai and Delhi. This is easily one of the best vintage and classic car events, where the collection is handpicked from among the best available and exhibited in different categories. And this year there were a total of 80 entries in the competing class, along with an exhibitor class and of course the motorcycle class, which included both competition as well as the exhibition class. Cars ranged from the American classics of the 50s with large fins, which were the trademark of those days, and included cars like the Chevy Impala, to pre-war cars like the Lanchester and Rolls-Royces and the Bentleys were in plenty, and even a bus with bodywork by the American company Stewart were all present in their pristine glory. And this year there was a special class dedicated to Piccolo Fiat or the small Fiat, and it was a treat to see the small Fiat Topolinos in the 500s fully restored and looking as good as new be a part of this show. In the Indian Heritage category, we mostly had the ambassadors and the Studebakers, which were assembled here in India by Hindustan Motors. This year also saw a category of cars which had their bodywork done by the Anglo-Belgian coachmaker Van den Pla, who were of course the favourites of our Maharajas, and many of their cars were done by them. And this included some of the finest Rolls-Royces and the Bentleys, and even included a rare Minerva Ale of 1933 vintage, which is one of the few surviving in the world today. And what I liked most was the Roadster category. We saw entries like the MGTC and the exotic Morgans and the Jaguars like the XK120, plus of course the Triumphs. And if you're fond of your beauties on two wheels, then you were in for an amazing time. This was not only time to find some very rare motorcycles, but also a time to appreciate how well and painstakingly they have been restored to their original condition. And some of them looked as if they have just rolled off the assembly line, although the info sheet will tell you that it was at times close to a century ago when this indeed happened. And at the end of the day, it was time to choose the winners from this long list. And to give the event an immense credibility, the panel of judges were the most distinguished and included names like His Royal Highness Prince Michael of Kent and Sandra Button, who is the chairperson of the Concours d'Elegance at Pebble Beach, and Italian motorcycle legends like Agostini and F1 driver Riccardo Patrese. The judges might have had a tough job choosing, but it was a delighted crowd of vintage car enthusiasts who greeted and cheered the winners. And the first of the category winners was in the pre-war classic category, and the winner here was the Moon of 1920, a rare car which has been fully restored, and the Moon is indeed a car which you will not see very often. In the post-war classic, it was the 1952 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith which easily won the category. In the pre-war classic again, it was a Rolls-Royce but a Phantom one of 1938 which was the winner. In the Piccolo Fiats, it was the 1950 Fiat Topolino 500 of Vijay Goenka, which was just the best maintained car. In the Indian Heritage, the winner was a 1948 Hindustan 10. And in the roadster category, it was the veteran restorer from Delhi, Tutu Dhawan with his MGTC, who easily emerged as a category winner. And then there was this preservation class in which cars were brought in as they were without any restoration even after many years of use. And the winner here was a Mercedes 290 of year 1935. And in the two-wheeler category, it was the 1926 AJS R9 of Ashish Sharma, which won the veteran vintage category. While as the pre-war trophy went to a 1936 Royal Enfield 500, and in the post-war category, the winner was a 1947 Indian Scout. The overall winner of the two-wheeler category was the 1936 Royal Enfield 500 owned by Parminder Singh. And the overall winner for the four-wheeler category was the 1933 Minerva AL 40 HP of Delhi collector Daljit Titus, which is an impeccably restored piece and is as rare as it gets. End of the day, it was a delight to see so many beautifully restored beauties at one go, and some which were indeed rare ones. Coming up next, on the track, we bring you the action from this year's Prima T1 truck racing.